All right, and live tonight for our 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time live training inside the Facebook group, the Hyper Local Real Estate Agent. So let's make sure the tech's set up, and super excited for tonight because it's holiday season, right? And most likely, all of us are feeling a little bit, I don't know, overwhelmed. So I don't know how you're feeling. Let me know once you hop on where you're watching from. I'd love to know where all of you guys are coming in from. I know we are from like East Coast to West Coast. I know we got a couple in Canada, South Africa. So say hi. And then we're going to jump in just a minute because I want to talk a little bit about how to take lead gen off your like stressor list, right? Because I don't know about you, but if I don't do anything in December, I'm going to see that in my business. Anybody else like this? Like, let me know in the comments. Say hi. Who else feels like this? Just drop me a yes in the comments if you feel like this as well. Because the minute you get wrapped up with other stuff, and that might be you're dealing with transactions to keep them on track, especially because emotions are flying high. It might be, just the general holiday stuff that's going on right now that we're like, okay, we got to bake the cookies and do the gift exchanges, and we got to order presents to go into like different parts of the country or the world, right? And all of that is just like leading to like massive amounts of stuff that needs to get accomplished before Christmas or before the end of the year for that matter. And it's just really like draining at points. Like, I don't know, today was just one of those days where like it really hit me and I'm like, man, I always feel like I was like 5 minutes behind today. And I'm not like, I'm a planner by heart. So that it was really hard. So trying to get back into, this whole being a little bit more prepared is definitely on my 2021 list of things I want to personally accomplish. So I hope you have your list together. If you're doing a word for 2021, let me know in the comments too. I'm thinking about doing a word of the year. And I know I picked one last year. I don't even remember it, but I know I picked one. Actually, I think I know what it is. So anyhow, let's jump in tonight because tonight I want to take a little bit of stress off your plate. I want to talk to you tonight about a neighborhood marketing strategy that you can implement as you are going along with normal things you're doing anyways already in your, holiday craziness. So, and for that, let me make sure we're going to get that shared. What we want to do, I haven't used StreamYard in a while. I know we haven't had a neighborhood marketing strategy inside this group for a little while. So I'm really excited to get back to them. And it's on my more consistent to-do list too for 2021 to not just talk to you guys about general business things, but I think the neighborhood marketing strategies are really important to kind of find something that just works for you guys. All right, so let's go on this one. Because the neighborhood marketing strategies can really be a great supplement to your farming efforts if you're looking to dominate a hyper-local area. Now, just to recap, why am I looking at hyper-local domination? It is just so much more effective if you are marketing to a specific area, if you're targeting a specific area, you can do much, much more with a much smaller budget than if you're just going to spend it on, different lead service providers such as Zillow, HomeSnap, if you're paying another third-party entity. So neighborhood marketing strategies are really a great cornerstone to supplement with. And tonight, I want to talk to you about holiday lead gen on the go. So is the holiday sitting hitting you hard this year? Once again, because I can tell you this was me. And you don't know what to do first, right? So massive overwhelm can really set in with all the personal obligations that we have, that our lead gen can fall to the side. And what happens then is our business is really crummy in the beginning of the year. And it's not a great way to start off the year. Who likes to start off the year with closings and with stuff in the pipeline? Like, drop me a yes in the comment if you want to start off with leads and people in the pipeline that you know you have 10, 15 deals lined up and coming in the next year. Like, that's really the goal, right? So I want you to stay through the end because I want also to offer you an opportunity where you can find out exactly how do you set up your lead gen for the next few weeks, and you can gain back all the time you want, okay? And also get leads in the process, right? Like, that's the end goal. So we want to make sure that you have a step-by-step system, and this one is all yours at the end of this live training. Sound good? Let me know. We're going to dive in. So traditions are great, right? But they can be also massively time-consuming. Anybody's been making cookies yet? Where you're like, okay, like, let's bake some cookies, and what are you going to do, right? First, you have to make sure you get the recipes out. And then you're going to be like deciding, should I do this one or this one or this one? Like, what are all the ingredients? Let's go and get the ingredients. If you still go to the store, then you have to go and plan a trip to the store, make it part of your grocery list. If you order them online, then you're going to have to make sure that they're all on there. So whatever it is, it takes time, right? Can we agree on, like, traditions are definitely something we like to spend time on too? Now, let me ask you, what are some of your must-do holiday traditions this month? Like, what is on your list that you will not skip for the life of you? Like, if you think December, this is what we do every single year in December. Let me know in the comments. I would love to find out what your must-do holiday thing is. And then here's where we're going to be at. Give me about 20 minutes, and I will show you how to enhance your business during this busy time of year, nurture your database, your farm, and remain in a sane state of mind along the process. Pretty big claims, but I'm pretty sure I can deliver on this tonight, okay? So, show of hands. Who loves the concept of set it and forget it? And I'm pretty sure all of you guys are like this lady right here, right? Or this one right here. So the concept of set it and forget it is really one of the best things that we can do when things get super busy, right? No matter how busy we are, we know it's running in the background. So what's the one thing a real estate agent is supposed to do? Every single day, guys, every single day. What is the one thing that we're supposed to do? Say, Neela said, make kolaczki. Did I say that right? Make kolaczki? What's kolaczki? That sounds interesting. I'm sure it's delicious. But what is it? Is it a cookie? Is it like a dish? Okay, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. So the one thing a real estate agent is prospecting, right? Lead generation. That's like our bread and butter. If we don't have enough people to talk to, our business is just not as great as we want it to be. Lead generation, prospecting, whatever you call it, that's really where our bread and butter is. And I don't know about you, but the term prospecting of like hit the phones, like that's just not resonating with me, right? It's just not something where I'm like excited about. Never have, in a traditional way at least. But it's a pastry. Well, Wendy knows. Okay, kolaczki is a pastry. I still don't know if I pronounce it right, but it's a pastry. I figured. It sounded good. So you have, as a real estate agent, really only two things. You either be able to pay for your leads, or you know how to generate leads successfully. Like, that's really what it comes down to if you want to continue to have success in business, right? It's either pay for leads or you learn how to generate leads yourself successfully. And I like to save money. Anybody else here likes to save money? Let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Like I just went grocery shopping with my husband on Sunday actually, and we went to DSW, a shoe store, right? And I was just looking to see if I can get a new pair of winter boots. Like we got a decent amount of snow up here in the Chicagoland area, and I haven't had winter boots, like new ones, for a couple of years. I'm like, let's see if there is one. So I was looking around, and it's like I found myself always looking back at like let's see where I find the sale. How can I stack the coupons on it, right? Like saving and like not paying full price is kind of like in my nature, I guess. So I hate paying full price or anything for whatever it is, right? Like I like a good deal. And same with my real estate business. I don't mind paying for certain things. However, I surely enjoy a good deal. So that's right. Save money, make more. That's a good way to see it. So if you need to do lead generation every single day and you want to enjoy the holidays with your loved ones, how's that supposed to work? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. I want you to walk away tonight with like a little aha moment of like, this is something I can do. This makes sense. And I'm really excited to share this with you because it's not going to be complicated. It's not something where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. I promise you are doing it anyways already. So we're going to talk a little bit about online lead generation. But again, not in a way where you're going to be like, oh my gosh, how do I do it? Okay. Nothing like the traditional, oh, you have to pay $1 million in ads to get like 2 million out of it. It's like none of that. Promise. So bear with me. We're going to talk about a form of online lead gen, and it'll integrate with your schedule in such a great way. So holidays. Right? I mean, everything is all about the holidays. Like, how do you stay in front of people and you're like, I'm a real estate agent, come by and sell a house with me, right? And one of the concepts that I do teach is really based on be the life of the party. What is everyone's agenda in December? It is Santa visits, light shows, Christmas markets, local shops, right? Support small businesses because we've all came off a giant Black Friday, Cyber Monday rush after Thanksgiving. Now we all feel guilty about buying all that big corporate stuff, and then it's Small Business Saturday. So we want to support local. Everybody's looking for the best local person to do something. Cookie baking, right? That's on everybody's agenda right now, is it not? So how can we use all of that to be that life of the party and also generate leads? Because it is possible in a really fun way. So what we really need to do is become the resource they need us to be, right? Like become that community resource to your prospects that just says, the person that knows all about our area, the person that we turn to figure out, oh no, we have, Christmas dinner set up and the plumbing leak, like whatever it is, that's the person we want them to have in their mind automatically. And what they're looking for is, where is that most beautiful decorated house? They want to know, where are the Santa hours, especially this year. Like for some, this is like a diehard tradition. And they're like, I still want to go see Santa with, a giant face mask for our 2020 year. Christmas markets, again, we don't have any right now in our area. They're all canceled. I'm sure you guys are dealing with the same. But just like a virtual one, I just attended a virtual one, actually. It was interesting. Definitely not as fun as, is in person, but it's something for the holiday that's just different. So let's just be different this year. So you want to really make sure you're becoming that resource that they are needing you to be. And when massive overwhelm sets in, make it easy for them to get a complete list with the push of a button. And of course, in exchange for an email, right? We want to have something out of it. It's not just, here's all the information you need because I was so nice to spend 3 hours to compile it all for you. It's a matter of, here's all the information you need. All you got to do it is download the PDF and enter your email here, and I will send it to you. Sounds a lot better, right? So information is really not the issue when it comes to a lot of it. You can like compile it yourself. You can search the internet. But again, it's where our pain points are lying. And pain points right now for the holiday, I don't want to go look through 3 different websites to find out where are the best light displays. I don't. I want to just have a list. I want to download it. I want to print it out, and I want to cross off the lights displays that I went to and I visited. I want to have it so easy that it's like, it's worth giving them my email, right? I'm like, sure, you can have my email. I want this list because it will save me hours and hours of my time that I can then just spend looking for cookie recipes, or I can spend wrapping presents, or I can just sit down because the children finally went to bed. Whatever it is that you are taking off the plate for your potential lead, this is helpful, this is useful, and this is valuable to them. Eliminate the overwhelm for your leads with the push of one button to solve their problem. That's really what we're doing, okay? And it's really a core principle that I want you to remember when it comes to lead generation. This is not how much is your home worth. I don't care how much my house is worth right now, because right now I'm struggling with the fact that I don't know where I'm going to go through the light display drive-through in the next 3 days because it's on my Christmas to-do list. That's my problem right there and right then. So what we do is we're going to take those leads and we offer them that PDF, right? Like that ultimate guide of some sort via the means of a landing page. And what's a landing page, right? Like for some of you, if you've heard the term, drop me a 1. If you have no idea what a landing page is, drop me a number 2. And in online marketing, a landing page, sometimes known as a lead capture page, a static page, a destination page, it is a single web page that appears in response to clicking on a search engine optimized search result, a marketing promotion, a marketing email, or an online advertisement, or simply on your social media post, right? Like no matter where we're going to put it, it is an online lead generating tool. And here's a couple examples. Chances are you've seen them. I am fairly certain you've seen a landing page before. If this sounds familiar, if this looks familiar, drop me a thumbs up, right? If this does not look familiar to you, drop me a thumbs down. Our CMA is, in a traditional sense, a landing page. And all it is we're going to offer them that free home market evaluation in exchange for their email. Now, let's think about it from the holiday perspective. And I'm going to show you an example in just a second. But the principle is exactly the same. Find a list of the top 20 decorated homes. Find a list of the top 20 drive-thrus in a 30-minute driving radius within, your area. Again, keep it focused on your hyper-local market. If you go by an entire county, might be a little big, right? So I personally will gladly give you my email for the information that I need right now to save me time, so I can do the million other things on my list. So let's think about it. What are some of those things that we could offer them right now during the holidays? Top 10 drive-through light displays. There's your Meet Santa locations along with hours and times. Like, do you know how long it takes to hunt down when Santa hours are, where they are, and like the time that takes forever. Tree lighting ceremonies, if that's something you're interested in, or giving trees near you, right? It's always good to report on some of those giving trees to also bring awareness, because part of what we do brings awareness to other people that there might be an entire tree with a lot of tags left, which means a lot of children still need stuff. And this is definitely something that I will exchange my email for if I'm looking for any of those or anything holiday related. And the question is now, okay, how, right? Now, are you heading out for your own Christmas stuff? Like, all of us are doing something. Any of you guys heading out to do your own stuff? Maybe you want to do just about an hour of research for the top 5 or top 10 activities. So like the top 5 Meet Santa destinations in, and then your area, right? Compile it as a PDF and post about it. Offer it to them as what we call a lead magnet. So far so good. Let me know in the comments. I know I'm hitting you with a ton of information. Just drop me a thumbs up, a check mark, and fire. Okay, whatever works for you. Yes, let me know you're good. If you're a little bit confused, let me know too. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Because up next, I want to show you an example of how you can consider generating consistent leads right now during the holidays. And the way it works is really simple. You take any sort of social media form, or you can also do print advertisement, postcard mailers, emails, and you drive that traffic because all those people, all the people on Facebook, on TikTok, on Zillow leads, on Snapchat, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, postcards, newspaper, email, all those people need to have a destination. And what's the destination? The destination I'm a big believer in making sure that things that I'm offering you get delivered the minute you are asking for it, right? Because it's an instant gratification society that we are in. And for us, our job is to make sure we are delivering that instant gratification in order to get that lead. So if people are following a link based on the assumption they find what they're looking for, wouldn't it make sense to give them what they're looking for, right? Instant gratification. That is exactly what we're going to talk about in a very, very easy way. So start with a video. And here's a question outline that you can use. Want to know where to find, and then like the thing, like the best dressed Santa, for example, or the best light display is in my example, in all of, and then enter your area, right? And then keep it specific. If you have a fairly large town, maybe you want to narrow it down to a smaller area. Whatever it is that helps you, like your market the best, okay? So want to know where to find the thing that we're, going to give in all of whatever area you're working in, whatever marketplace. That's the question. And then if you're out and about, I was just out and about with my kids at a light display. And there's a video. I haven't completely edited it yet, but there's a video and I'm like, hey, this is what happens here. Now, if you are looking for more light displays, many of them are going to remain, open until the new year. You can download my entire guide along with hours of that they're open if you go here. Simple way, and only takes a little bit of time. So this one here, for example, is an example. And you can also bring it into the neighborhood. And I want to show you how to do that in a second. So what this video is, it really is just, a bunch of houses decorated. And that's the end of the video. Now, what if you simply add this at the end? For a list of the best decorated neighborhood homes, go to www.myholidaylightdisplay.com. That, I don't even know if that's a real URL, just FYI. I have not looked it up. I hope it leads to something with Christmas lights. Again, I take no responsibility of where it leads. But I would do something based on, your area. Like have your area probably in there. And having that video end with a call to action is really going to help you drive people there. Now, you can also start your videos like that, okay? We went out and saw the light display at blank for a list of the best decorated neighborhood homes, go to, and then added it in there. Now, why do I say video? I say video because if you are using it in any sort of form of social media marketing, you're going to have an algorithm that will favor video, okay? So if you're using video, your social media websites are going to think, oh my gosh, it's a video, we should give it more attention. It's really what it is. And you don't have to be in the video necessarily. I highly encourage people to be in the video simply because it builds a better connection with people, because a face is just simply something people relate to a lot more than just footage. But if not, that's okay too. You can always kind of like figure it out somehow, where you can just, like this one here, it's just a simple avatar in there, like nothing crazy. But you can also try it this way. So once you drive them there, it's a call to action, right? Like that lightdisplay.com URL. And I don't just do that in holiday marketing. I do that in pretty much every social media post that I put up that's intended for marketing purposes. So this one here, for example, is an example one that I did for a Hoffman Estates home, so my area, my marketplace. And I said, you know what, here's this one. It got an amazing value. It was under $300,000, which is huge for that school. So that was my first hook them in. And then I gave them something that they can claim. And we call it a call to action. I want you to do something, right? And that small little difference is really making a big, big difference in the bottom line when it comes to lead generation. And here's a couple other examples. Again, those are all, and all the blue bars, I just didn't want to trigger all of you guys going to those websites. But what it does is it's really driving people to something. Most of those right now are home value ones because those were the ones I had accessible. So you drive them somewhere to give them a PDF of some sort automatically. Now there's two options. You can do it manually, right? And you can hope that your post gains some traction. You can post that video into mom groups, for example, or Swip Swap groups. That's manual, it's free, and it will get you leads. I promise you, it will get you leads. And then from there, it's database building. Now, one of the things people ask, it's well, are they actually looking to buy or sell a house? Now, if you look at it from a perspective of what good is that lead? It's that lead in your database, and the bigger your database get, the bigger your chances of making more money are. So database building is really something that comes up over and over. Now they're going to go to holiday dinners with their family, and they're going to be seeing you promoting yourself, promoting your services in a non-promotional way, right? Yes, you should send them real estate stuff as well. But once they're on your email list, it's really a form of email marketing that lets you reach so many more people. There is a reason that you are entering sweepstakes from huge companies. Huge companies. There's sweepstakes with Coca-Cola. Why do you think there's sweepstakes? Because they're building their email list really, really predictable. They want as many people as possible opted in for email marketing purposes. And as a small business, you don't own Facebook. As a small business, you do not own Parler, TikTok, whatever platform you're using. You do not own any of them. What you own is literally your email list, if you're not inside a brokerage, that is, and your CSV file of where your leads are at, right? Your CRM, whatever it is, if you're using your own. But that's why we really need to focus on building this out in a way that no matter what happens, let's say Facebook decides we're done, we're good, we're going to be out of business, or we're not going to allow you to advertise anymore. We limit you to 500 friends. Right now it's 5,000. But let's say they're going to limit you to 500 friends. We need to be in a position that is just not reliant on a social network to go and find those people. Now, when people create an account, and again, before Facebook, there was a time before Facebook. I'm sadly old enough to remember that. I was a MySpace person. So, and one of those things that we wanted to, that we all do is we sign up for an account. Now, how do you sign up for an account? You sign up with an email which they then use to give you like authentication rights, right? They're like, okay, yes, you're the person, you own this. Okay, let's go. So what doesn't change? That's your email. Ever does your email. I mean, you can maybe use a different one, but if you sign up for something and that might be, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, now in 5 years, it doesn't matter. Your email doesn't change. So I hope I'm like helping you see the value of your own email list. And again, it's reaching more people. It's your own network that you're enhancing with it. Okay. So the other option is pay to play. Okay. So yes, we can advertise for consistent and faster traction. I can tell you I started with like $1 a day a year ago. I have not increased it much as of this point, but it's just a matter of being consistent in your lead gen efforts to have something out there. Okay. And I can tell you right now from like the $1 a day ad, I think I have like 3 of them running that I teach in the Pixel course about. And it's all, I think one of them is actually closing in January, one of the leads. So my input is not a lot, but it generates results. Like I connected with a buyer, got it pre-approved, and was scheduled to close, I think, January 4th. So it works, guys. It's not complicated at all. Okay. So did this make sense? Do you see where you can just go about your daily life and you're like, oh, today we're going to go and see this display and I'm going to take a short little video of it of like, hey, we're right now, we're here, super excited. And then a little bit of research, a little bit of stuff goes a long way of like, here's a top 10 list. And that doesn't have to be a fancy list by any means. So let me introduce myself real quick for some of you guys that are new. I know I approved another 30 members this week. My name is Janine Sasso. I'm an active realtor and team leader. I do run a 6-figure real estate business. I am a hyperlocal marketing machine, obsessed with hyperlocal marketing, like totally obsessed. The founder of the Hyperlocal Real Estate Agent. Welcome to the group. I did found my business with Zero Sphere, and I'm a busy mom of 2 little kids and a puppy a few weeks ago. So I do know that time constraints are no joke, and we're all dealing with it. Now, I told you guys, you stick around through the end. I will give you guys a better solution to implement this in a much, much easier way. And again, everything I gave you tonight, you can just take that and be like, okay, let's do that. I can do it. Or I want to extend to you a special invitation to join the next 5-day free bootcamp, Leads on Autopilot. So that one is going to run first week of January. Again, 5 days in which I'm taking you all around, all behind the scenes of how do you get Leads on Autopilot set up. Okay, so if you do want to register, I have the registration up at getleadsonautopilot.com. But here's what it is. What it is we're going to have an initial post somewhere on social media, right? And that initial post is going to offer them what we call a lead magnet. Here is your top 10 list of the drive from Chicago. What it does, it gets them to a landing page. And again, don't freak out on the terminology. We're going to go all slow on everything on it. Once they're there, it will ask them to sign up, in which case you're going to get that lead into your database and they're getting the thing that they came for, right? Okay, here's the lead, here's my email, and in exchange, then they get the list, whatever they were coming for. And we're going to talk about a couple different ones because it doesn't have to be a list or a guide or whatever. There's a couple different ones. And that free 5-day bootcamp is going to be on January 4th through January 8th. Okay, we're going to talk about what's a lead magnet, how will it automatically lead gen for you, what's the kind of set it and forget it system and framework. The best part about it, it's a build it once and use it forever, or hire somebody to build it for you. There's great people out there. You just need to know the basics and you can find somebody to probably build it for you for like $50. take charge of your business, okay? Like, I'm the biggest opponent when it comes to paying third parties like HomeSnap or Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever it is. Like, I'm not a fan of paying them money because I'm not in charge of what they do. And personally, I don't like to give up that kind of control when it comes to the most important activity in my business. It's really back to taking charge of where your business is coming from. And then we're also going to learn some actionable ideas for different niches. So whatever your niche is, if you're serving first-time home buyers, if you're serving veterans, if you're serving downsizers, upsizers, investors, whatever it is, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to give you ideas that you can implement immediately. Okay. So Leads on Autopilot, it's a free challenge. January 4th, 2021 is our start date. And you can sign up on www.getleadsonautopilot.com. It's free registration. There's more details. There's an entire schedule of what our 5 days are going to look like. So you can check that out there. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight on our little holiday special. So make sure you enjoy the holiday. Make sure you are having some fun tonight. Or not just, before the year's over. And I'm honestly excited to hopefully have many of you guys join again in the boot camp. The last round was an absolute blast. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of people inside this group signed up. And it's just really teaching you how do you generate leads on autopilot. If you've attended the last time, jump back in because we're going to tweak it a little bit more. We want to make sure you are getting the most out of it. We're going to have a workbook on it so you can follow along workbook style if that's how you learn best. And again, if you've attended last time and you got halfway through, jump back in. Like, don't stop learning on it because I think, Wendy, you were in the last one. You probably, I don't know if you want to share, but there was a lot of people that had gotten aha moments out of it to think about ways a little differently when it comes to lead gen. So really excited. This one is going to be fun. It's a great way to kick off the new year. And all that being said, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. And then we'll probably see you in this group in the next couple of days. So it's already Monday. Make it a great one. And thank you guys so much for sharing a little bit of time with me tonight. Good night.